Put it in it. Welcome to the People's Mic. I'm working on toning my voice down because I always come in yelling.
All right.
Hi, are you up? Are you awake?
Barely.
Yeah. Lindsay Tyson and Lucas Connolly.
Hey.
How are you? You guys don't know each other?
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
No.
That's fucking awesome. We got one more guy who may or may not show up. Thank you, Bill Cannon, for hanging out. He is my resident security slash what do you call it when black guys need information on the cops? He's my Intel. Yes.
That's a narc.
That's a narc.
Yeah, he's my narc, my reverse narc.
Yeah.
Yes, and Yennefer just walked in. Hi. How's your day?
Good. Good. I'm just tired.
Tired?
Yeah, I had a
From
long
what?
weekend. Partied too much.
Really?
All weekend. Of course. What do I ever do?
We'll start with origin stories.
Sure.
You're both comedians.
Yeah.
Comedians. How'd you get into comedy, Lucas?
I heckled a comedian, and when I was a kid, I was really obsessed with the Daily Show.
The Dating Show?
The Daily Show.
The Daily Show.
Yeah,
Really?
with Jon Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really, really obsessed with
I
it.
watched that compulsively in high school.
Yeah, I was.
So weird.
I only hung out with adults,
Uh-huh.
and knowing politics, being funny about politics was a powerful tool. But the story was there was a comic on stage. He said something super hacky. I was able to know it was hacky before I even did comedy. I was like, "Oh, that's just it. You just did an old school race joke."
You're an
And
asshole.
and I was like, yeah. And then he responded back to me, and then I responded back and got a laugh at the response I said.
Uh-huh.
And
When you got your first laugh,
yeah,
you're like, this is it.
yeah.
It-
And he was like, "Oh, you think you're so funny? You should try this." And I was like,
Did he bring you up?
"No."
Did he do
Well,
that?
he didn't
Oh.
do that move, but he did do the. You should try it.
Yeah.
Which is yeah, okay. If you're making a living doing this, I can't believe it.
Do you remember who he was?
Of course.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Say his name.
Artie Fletcher?
Really? Artie, you know who it is?
Mm-mm.
No.
Is he an open micer?
No, he's a national guy for 40 years or something.
Really?
Really?
Him and Gallagher right now are on a co-headlining tour around the country, doing any room that has white white hair only.
Have you met him since you've been doing comedy?
Sure did.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he remember it?
No, he doesn't remember that. I just told him the story, and he was like, "Wow, I hope you get heckled a lot more."
Lindsay.
How I started doing stand-up?
Yes.
Well, I moved to New York. Well, I always wanted to move to New York. But I wanted to be a writer for like a TV show, so I took some classes and I
Where
wrote
from?
South Carolina.
Nice.
But I moved to New York from Miami. I went to Miami for a few years. And then I took some writing classes and I was just writing. And so I signed up for an improv class just to like meet people. And then one of the people in my improv class was Christina Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to her about how I like wanted to be a writer, and she was like, all writers do stand up. And it's something I'd like thought about because like I had friends over the years tell me I should do it, but I had this like crippling fear of like standing in front of people and talking, like public speaking. Like I couldn't do it at all. But she referred me to a class, and I really enjoyed the class, and then I started doing it.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I conquered my fear, I guess, of talking in front of people.
Yeah. I was always comfortable talking in front of people. Like, not talking in front of people, but through personal training and yelling at people made me more comfortable with
Sure.
comedy. Like, you control people the same way.
Yeah, to be honest, I think if I hadn't taught Pilates for a few years before I started doing
And that
comedy,
helped you?
I wouldn't.
That's
Yeah,
what I
because when I started teaching Pilates, I couldn't even stand in front of like 5 people and teach a class. I would get so embarrassed
Really?
and just like anxious and like
Pilates. Like, did you start one-on-one first, or did you start with the class?
both at the same time. So I got certified to teach. You can just get certified to teach everything. So I started teaching classes, and I smoked too much this weekend, and doing private lessons at the same time. But I would get really nervous during both. Like I would get really like I would teach people one-on-one, and I would just be drenched in sweat at the end because it was so stressful.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I would really stress me out.
I remember my first time, like, I used to personal train, and they were like, look, it was like a rites of passage. You have to teach a class. Like without knowing how to teach a class, they were just like, just go teach this class, and it was like, you told people what to do and they did it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Too
what
much
I
power.
feel like. People don't care. They just want to be told what to do. You know.
Yeah.
What do you do besides comment?
No, I'm it's my job now.
Just comment.
Yeah.
Nice.
The dream. That's the dream.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just a comedian. That's all. What else is there?
It is a struggle depending on the month. I'll say that. But yeah, it's what I'm doing right now.
You just did the West End. Did you just have
Yes,
that show?
I was there all
How was
weekend.
And you hosted the whole show. What was the transition from becoming just an open micer to where you are now?
The more work I got,
Yeah.
all of a sudden I realized one month that I had made my rent when I was
Doing
working my
shows.
other job, and there was a moment when my boss was like yelling at me to do something, and I was like, because it was work, it was comedy related. Someone was like, I was like, I have to take this phone call. It was somebody who wanted me to go on the road or something, or somebody that I needed to talk to. I was like, no, I have to take this phone call. Sorry, right? And they were all like, you have to, and I was like, no, this is everything. I don't care about this other job. It's like, you guys can fire me or not, but I'm gonna have to take every phone call I get.
Yeah. You decided.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was dope.
Nice.
And then I just eventually quit. You know,
Really?
after 4 or 5 months of me.
Did you quit in a blaze of glory?
No, I nicely. I
That's the best way to quit a job.
Here's the story.
I'm a comedian, mom.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I left that job, and in the nicest way I possibly could, I was just like, they're like, what are you gonna do? And I go, well, I'm just gonna hope next month.
You told your boss that?
Yeah. I was like, I hope next month's as good as this month.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's a balls.
Yeah. I also moved in with my girlfriend.
Nice.
And we have incredibly cheap rent, so my money, like, I'm not making people think it's a lot. I'm not. I'm legit. I have 2 roommates, and we split a room together, so it's not like I'm killing it. I'm just.
But you're happy though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, when you wake up in the morning and you just go, oh, today is my career. My career is the only thing I care about today. It's not. I don't have to take Kelly's problems on if she's in a grumpy mood or whatever. You know what I mean? That was my boss's name, you know?
Is it Kelly with an I?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Is there a difference?
She's dead to me.
Yeah, I have a cousin
Really?
who's a Kelly with an I, and it's not the same.
Really?
It's a different type of person.
I don't think it is an I,
A different
she's a
type,
Y.
She's
different
a Y?
type of person is a Kelly with an I.
Really?
Yeah.
Same with Candice with a Y.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
No, Candy with an I.
Candy with an eye.
Yeah, that's how you can tell.
Fuck.
One born that way, one's became a stripper.
Made that way.
Yeah.
What's pissing you off? And I try not to touch politics as much.
Sure.
What's pissing you off about this country right now?
Oh my
When you wake up.
gosh. Everything. Literally everything. President is starting nuclear wars on Twitter. He tweeted about Hillary this morning. He's like, I hope she runs again in 2020. And I'm like, what?
She's not.
And it's just like,
Is that even an option for
the
her?
weather? Like, why did the weather apocalypse happen too? It's like, don't they know we're dealing with enough? Like now we have islands, entire parts of the United States with no electricity for over a month, and he's tweeting about like Hillary and just like, it's a toddler. It's just I can't. I get so mad. Like I just go on. I can't. It's. Ugh.
I watched Kingsman. Have you seen that?
The newest one
Yeah,
or
the newest one.
I haven't
It was
seen the newest one. I saw the last
surprisingly
one.
pretty
What is
dope.
Kingsman?
I love
Kingsman?
those things. It's just, it's dude stuff. It's
it a
garbage.
movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Is that movie with Colin Firth?
Colin, is that his name? The English guy? Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
It's like James Bond meets Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's just legit coming. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's not substance. It's
No,
not gonna get
at all.
nominated
at all.
for anything. You
I
watch
like movies where guys get shot in the face. Like
Right.
somebody needs
Right. It is. It's only pleasure, no substance.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Nice.
And it's like Halle Berry was in it, Channing Tatum was in it, and
nice.
it was like a spoof on the president, and I don't know, it was good. It was good. It was a good ending. The president got impeached. It was like this
Really?
poor-
It's never gonna happen here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like those ones. It was just people
Yes,
getting
yeah.
shot in the face and fast forward. That's all it was.
Nice.
Um,
Only in the face?
everywhere. It's dope. You gotta watch it.
Only shoot people in the face?
Yeah, the president should have got. Nah, never mind.
What's going on with it?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, so I have, you can get me going for a really long time, but
do
we
it.
have
Do
this
it.
thing in our pockets that makes us work constantly. I feel like I've never worked more in my entire life
Yeah.
until now. I'm always emailing people. I'm always texting people back. I'm always on this thing. I'm constantly working. I feel like that's the we can talk about the president. We can talk about this, but there is a real mind control thing happening with our phones that make us we are
Phones
concerned.
are the best.
Yeah.
They're
She.
I
This
love
one.
my phone.
This one.
right, which is to be honest, I've never felt more connected. I've never felt a lot of things. I've also never felt like I've worked 80-hour work weeks when I've legit do comedy for a living. So I'm doing 2 15-minute sets or 3 15-minute sets a night.
But you
That's
gotta work.
crazy.
Absolutely.
That I'm legit working 60 hours a week.
My conspiracy theory is they're just trying to get that thing in our head. Like
Oh, they already-
The phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
hope so.
Absolutely. Would you get it? Would you get a chip in your
Yeah,
head?
100. 100.
Oh, see, you're the one.
Life
See?
is only-
If you just do it in your head and just
Yeah.
put it out there.
Phone's the best. It's just like, I don't know, I'm all constantly on my phone. It's so good though. You can check the news, you can talk to people.
Yeah.
It's like,
You can give me the list of everything why the phone is the phone.
Yeah.
But it is toxic. It's this toxic thing.
Yeah.
I'm legit looking at people that I like spending time with and wishing I was hanging out with people that were doing better than me because my phone always is going flash in your face, flash in your face.
Look what they're
You're
doing.
unable to appreciate the things that are actually in front of you because you're able to witness everything that's great that's actually happening in the world.
Yeah.
it's true. Also, how the world is burning.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's one or the other. It's people bragging and their lives are incredible, or everyone's on a new, whatever the new sadness of the day is that everyone's jumping. Everyone wants to jump on the positive
first.
of their life or
Yeah.
on the negative bomb of their life. And
True.
if you're not getting the attention, then there's no reason even to be a part of the message, right? Legit, everyone wants to be a part of every movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you remember back in the day, you'd go to Ozfest, and in Ozfest, you just go and see only metal bands, right?
Yeah.
And now everything's Coachella.
I need a white people shit.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag white people shit.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
But it is actually only white people shit. But now you go to there's Bonnaroo and Coachella, and guess what? It's Beyonce and it's Slayer.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. These people don't like each other. There's not a Slayer fan out there that's like, oh my god, I need to go. I'm gonna run from Slayer to go see Bay. That's not fucking happening. Not everyone should be inclusive.
They try to mix it.
You know
Not
what I mean?
everyone should have an opinion is the problem.
Right.
It's like, and I don't think we would have Trump if we didn't have social media and the phones, obviously.
Oh yeah.
It's
Remember
like
when people
he tapped
vote?
into that.
Yeah,
Remember when people
absolutely.
voted because they actually were educated on the subjects of the people? They're not doing that anymore.
No, it's like these memes that got shared on Facebook, and people just believed them, and it's
Well,
just.
I believe that everyone else had it taken care of. Not that, like, everyone else was going to vote.
Yeah.
I saw all the internet. I saw everything that was going to happen. Of course she's going to win. Look at this.
Yeah.
My whole feed is all completely agreeing with me. Everything's going to be fine. It didn't matter because New York went that way, but you know what I mean? But, like, I didn't call up my family.
Well, it's
I
mostly.
just assumed they went that way.
They
That's
tricked
what
you.
everyone did in this country. They just assumed because their feed completely told them that they were right,
Yeah.
that they didn't actually have to go and reach out to their grandma and be like, hey, are you voting right?
Oh, I yelled at my mom nonstop for months, and my dad and my brothers.
Wow.
Like, I got my dad. Well, I
You
don't
voted
think.
for him?
And my mother did, despite me and my older brother, like, fighting with her for months. My older brother was always going to vote for Hillary. I got my younger brother to vote for Hillary by, like, going off on him nonstop. And then my dad just didn't vote because I was like, if you vote for Trump, I'm never going to talk to you ever again.
The thing is, you could just, this is the crazy thing, is you know how easy it is to lie?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll vote Hillary.
Just pressing that button.
I believe him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
To be
I almost did just for the hell of it.
Did
You
what?
almost voted.
Yeah, I almost voted. I was like, what happened? But as I pressed the button, I felt the word. I felt like a shudder. I was like, don't fuck around.
We're talking about Gary Johnson, right?
Yeah.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get so mad.
The only president worth voting for, right?
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
I was like,
right?
there was nobody else. There was nothing. It was like,
Oh God,
But-
it's so
but-
upsetting. Still, I can't believe that was almost a year ago. I really can't.
I don't. It's well. Hopefully, The Rock will run in 2020, and all my dreams come true.
Oh my God.
Rock?
Huh?
The Rock,
The
might
Rock.
run.
The Rock.
Oh, I said you were
This would only
I was
run.
like, I don't.
I do think it's reached the point where you basically have to be a celebrity to get elected
Yeah.
president. Because even Obama kind of became a celebrity.
He was a celebrity.
He became
yeah.
like this thing.
Well,
Same with like Sanders.
I think it's
Same
public
celebrities.
Yeah.
A lot of it's public speaking. I think a lot
It's
of
your
it.
chops. Are you a good public speaker, or are you not a good public speaker? To be honest, Hillary was kind of like robotic-y in her voice tones. A good public speaker is able to like flow.
But she wasn't, and she wasn't excited. There was nothing. There was no
I
substance.
think she was. I think what
She's a
happened
good
is if
public
you
speaker.
read if you read her book, what she said and what I kind of
Never gonna
thought
happen.
before is like what Sanders did and what Trump did and also like what Obama did is they tapped more into a feeling and an emotion. They didn't like Hillary's a policy wonk, so she's like, this is how we're going to do this, this, and this, and no one's interested in that. Whereas they tapped into, with Obama, he tapped into that whole message of hope and change, and then with Sanders and Trump, they just tapped into like this rage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think people connect more to like an emotion than an idea.
But isn't that good public speaking? If I'm able to make you feel like it's
Yeah.
just like going
Yeah.
to
Third part, yeah.
like, just
Arguably.
like a storytelling show, or going to like the Moth, and all of a sudden someone starts telling their story, and then everyone starts crying, right? The
Yeah.
audience starts crying. Guess who's going to win that Moth Slam? The
Yeah.
person that's going to able to create a story
Yeah.
that's able to make people cry,
Yeah.
right? Hillary wasn't able to do that.
No.
She wasn't able to make anyone care. Like the people who were well educated enough to understand that the policies she was going to put out definitely wanted her, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
TV
I feel
people,
like she had a
she's-
lot of very passionate supporters, but I think in New York, especially, a lot of them, because I was always a really big Hillary supporter, I still am. A lot of us got like drowned out with all that stuff with Sanders, because I remember when it was like the big Hillary Bernie thing.
Absolutely.
It was like I almost felt like a Republican at like open mics and comedy stuff, and I was like, no, Hillary. When really, like, if I sat down and I talked to people, every single woman over the age of 25 I knew wanted Hillary so badly, and then like a lot of. Mostly the older men, most of the younger guys were for Bernie, but like a lot of people were very, very passionate about Hillary. It just wasn't as vocal because I think the people she connected with were people who are more reserved and more thinking things through than people who just tapped into like the billionaires. That's all Bernie Sanders would fucking say.
Yeah.
The billionaires.
But
They couldn't relate.
It felt
billionaires.
good. It felt good.
That
It
was good.
felt
The billionaires. That's all he did. That's all he. I
liked
said this.
it, though.
I
liked
said
it.
this. No.
Finally, someone who's saying this shit. It just sounds like the conspiracy.
Was that your guy?
Yeah, he sounds like a conspiracy person, which is what I think
Yeah.
all government is. Yeah, I want the guy that seems like he hates government to be in president. That's why people
I want
voted.
someone-
There was two options, right?
Yeah.
There was the person that's been a lifelong politician that's actually gone things that actually happen, or we can get the old dude that's never done any policy change.
Nothing.
ever
Yeah,
in
he
his
passed like
life.
2 pieces of legislation.
Ever in his entire like 40 years
He's
at least.
barely a Democrat.
Oh God, he's great.
He's like, they would just ask him questions. Like, they'd be like, Hillary, should we have free college for everyone? I remember I was like screaming at my TV when they had debate in Brooklyn, and she'd be like, well, it's very complicated. We need to do this, 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 this. And they were like, Bernie, what do you think? He's like, do I think everyone should go to college for free? Yes. And everyone's like, yay! Hillary had
He's
this.
right though. That's
Yeah.
you know. I mean, that's the thing.
But you have to have a plan on how you're going to do it. You can't just be like, oh, we all want free college. Like, you know what? I would love it if all my comedian
But Trump didn't
friends
have a
could.
plan.
He didn't have a plan
Yeah,
either. No
he
one
just
had a
said-
plan.
Nobody.
You could see him, and he even admitted this. He's like, well, I go to my rallies, and like whatever people connect to,
Yeah.
and like he's like, I just like repeat that.
Absolutely.
And like when I did that open mic, and I did my voice weird, and everyone laughed, and like I tried to do another joke, and everyone just stared at me, and I was like, all right, back to the voice.
Yeah.
So he would just connect. Trump even admitted he would basically just connect to things that would get his base so like riled up at the rallies, like the
Yeah.
wall and stuff like that, and he would just latch onto that. I think Bernie did that too. Bernie was just like they're two sides of the same coin.
That's why I was so into Bernie.
Bernie is like Trump, but liberal.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he's the alt.
Once he saw that was what Trump was doing, that was his game plan.
Well, Bernie did the same thing. The memes and the social media bullshit. And I think being a celebrity really went to both of their heads. I mean, Trump was already like an unbelievable narcissist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I think running for president and having so much success in the Republican primaries, which is that's the other thing I think people forget, was they're like, Russia interfered with our election, blah, 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 it's not legitimate. I'm like, he won that primary all by himself. That's like people being racist, and then Russia's like, let's just help him along to the end. Yeah.
You know what? I don't know anything I'm talking about. the more I learn about politics, the more I ruin Christmas. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah. The more you what?
The more I learn about politics, the more I ruin Christmas.
Yeah. The more you ruin Christmas? I ruin Christmas. It's fun.
I don't celebrate holidays.
I'm just kidding. My mom ruins Christmas.
My mom is the leader of the House of Representatives of the Democratic Party in Wyoming.
So, really?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's not like I can tell my mom anything, if that makes any sense.
Nice.
Have you ever said in your life, do you know who my mom is?
Oh.
You have. He's that guy. I've known that guy, but I've never met him and put a face to it.
Damn.
Has it worked?
Well, she's more famous for other things than her mom.
Really? Like what?
She's... Guys, you can listen to me on Guys Be Fucked. It's a really long segment. It's she's like, I don't know if you ever heard about the Laramie Project, but Janine Garofalo played her, and she's like a LGBT leader.
Oh, cool.
So she's like, if it is anybody, it's always just high school. It's like, do you know who my mom is? It's like every date I've ever been on with a theater major.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Like, oh.
So not with a cop.
With a cop, my mom taught cops, but yeah. So though me going, do you know who my mom is? They'd be like, yeah, she gave me a D.
Nice. That's fucking awesome.
Very nice.
I've never met that person in person.
Yeah. No, I never. You can't really say it because it's not. My mom doesn't have power. She's a Democrat.
Oh.
In Wyoming.
Oh.
She's just
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just like, make sure to check me out on Fresh Air tonight on NPR.
Nice.
Thanks, Mom.
It's pretty good.
Guys, I'll be at Bonkers in Florida. I'm not trying to brag, but there will be teeth in the audience. I bet there will be teeth.
Hold on. Don't steal my goofy password. All right.
Is that a swastika? Anyways,
Yeah.
Definitely not. I hope not. I just put in I gotta check that again. I don't think so. Why? Why would I? All right. What would you be doing if you weren't doing comedy?
I'd be a professor.
Really?
Yeah. I every time I'm doing a little bad in comedy, I'm like, well, I could just legit write 12 classes. Each class is a new chunk of material.
Teach.
And then just do that class. You know what I mean? Every year I get to work on each hour. I work on 12 hours.
Lindsay.
Well, I'm studying to take the LSAT, so ostensibly that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So you giving up on comedy?
No, I just this is how I feel. I don't want to hit my mid-30s and just be doing comedy and maybe it not be going anywhere and be a Pilates. I hate teaching Pilates so much. I hate it with fire 1,000 suns.
Really?
You don't believe in the idea that if you give yourself a door, you will take it?
What do you mean?
If you build a door...
build a backup plan, you will
If you build up a backup plan that is an easier, softer way, you will take the easier, softer way. It's always true. Because guess what? There's going to be tribulations. There's going to be pain. And the problem is that if you have another option,
you'll take it.
You'll take it every single time. So,
but at the same time, do you really I don't know. If I were younger, I wouldn't do it. But I'm I have a mortgage. I have stuff to pay for. I don't want to hit and have no options. You know.
This is an option, right?
No, there isn't any options. This is the only thing that you can do because it's your career. right? Just like if you were a lawyer, right? If you, and I guess it's just a mindset. Some people like doing it. Some people want to do it like as their thing.
Yeah.
You know, like. But
absolutely. Burn the boats, right?
Like if you like the idea, the moment I was able to make enough money to pay my rent, and I basically legit eat when I get paid more than I make for my rent. You know, like
I don't know how to live off of very little money. I just don't know how to do that. I know it sounds really bad, but so it just worries me. But there's a lot of things I could do with it. Like if I do really well in the LSAT, which I'm a good test taker, I could like tutor, and if I go to law school, it won't be like next fall. It would be like a year from next fall. So I could see like where comedy is at, and if I want to keep going with it, because by then I'll be almost 2.5 years in now. So next fall I'll be like 4.5 years in. So I think I'll have a sense of like,
if you're gonna do it or not.
Exactly. So it's not like I'll be like go to law school tomorrow. It would be in a while.
When was in my so I was a life coach, right? That was one of the jobs I've had, right? And then the idea of a life coach is that you just go, well, it's reasonable to be able to assess your goals, right? And if that you're working towards your goals. Have you tried everything you possibly could at the moment to make comedy your full-time job?
Right now, I mean, I don't know. I do open mics. I don't know what else to do.
But that's you're actually spending money, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
She hosts mics.
I host mics. I do. I mean, I get up a lot. It's not like I'm not doing well for how long I've been doing it, but it's just such an it's not like I'm definitely not giving up on it. It's just such an unstable and unpredictable thing, and it's like I don't know. Things change as you get older, and I like looking at even myself now at age like 31, almost 32, from like 28. I'm like, in 3 years I might not have the stomach for it, you know? Like, you get older, you just want stability.
Sure. Stomach for comedy or for?
Just the unpredictability of it. Exactly. Like, I'm at the age where I just want, like, I lived my whole 20s, like, all over the place. Like, I traveled the world. I moved 8 million times. I had 8 million jobs, and I'm just like, I need just stability. And I'm worried that if I'm this tired of it now, like the chaos, I'm like, how am I going to feel in 3 years? So it might be too chaotic for me, if that makes sense. For me to pursue it full-time, all the time as a career. Like, I think I'll keep doing it, but I don't like the idea of, like, going on the road and going 8 million places. Like, I like sleeping in my bed.
That's the best part for me.
Really?
I don't give a shit about I love traveling and being somewhere different. And
I love traveling, but I think I did too much of it in my 20s that now I'm just, like, so tired.
It's also way different when it's a job too, where you're doing it, where you're traveling for
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. There's when you do it for work, it's kind of nice because legit your office changes.
Yeah.
And you're like, not only am I in a tropical paradise this weekend, but or you're like, oh, this is cold, and I can go skiing. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff everywhere you go, and it's this kind of like really nice reward for working hard.
Yeah.
Like I like where you took it because I feel like there's a transition from when you start. Like, you should do open mics, but then you should flip those open mics to doing shows.
Exactly.
And that's how, what brings you revenue, right?
Right.
And then shows, not to that level yet, but you know, there's so many different things that you can do so you're not living just in that, you know, lack of stability.
Exactly. You know? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's all very, who knows?
That's kind of where I wanted to eventually take this, to find those things for people.
Sure.
To, you know, for people who are at different levels and, you know. People,
and I feel really, I'm the lowest level of my level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which will put you in a good place.
Yes.
You know? You're
still really good, though.
Yes. But, like, you know, I mean, every day I'm like, how do I get this? How do I get this? How do I get this? I feel like I'm like the most grubby, greedy, kind of selfish, because I don't really have much to give in any way. It was like, hey, can I come with you to that comedy club? And I go, sure, I guess, but it's like,
but you have information.
Yes.
You know?
I have information, but I don't have evidence of it working completely to make like a perfect. I'm not headlining Funny Bones and improvs around the country, right? I'm not doing theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm doing Jersey one night fundraisers. You know, like
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Could be worse. No. it has been worse, right?
Yes, way worse.
You know, but it's just about it's about not quitting,
Exactly.
you know, and keep looking for options. You know, like my goal with this is to make it with the podcast is to make it make sense, like literal, you know.
Sure.
And
Make comedy make sense?
make comedy in this podcast.
Oh, okay.
Make literal sense, like
Money.
money.
Oh, money. I thought you
Yeah.
meant sense like
Both.
like finding order in the world.
No, but yeah.
I mean, honestly, the world's probably not even going to be here in 2 years. That's like
And that's why I go to the gym. That's why I can't wait. I can't wait
Same.
until it all goes to shit, and
You'll be the
that's
king.
what I
king
I
of
get
the
to
gym.
thrive. Yeah, just me and all the gym rats. Just.
I know. That's why I started running. I was like,
Yeah.
you gotta get in shape for the apocalypse.
Absolutely. That's fitness is going to be the currency. You know.
You think so? Like
Absolutely.
how?
Money is, money.
Money will be worthless. Of course.
Money is already worth nothing.
Yeah.
Money isn't worth anything.
It's no.
I don't understand
Hell no.
money. It's
So what
like-
happened in the 1920s?
I don't even know where
Yeah.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. when they talked about survival of the literally survival of the
the
fittest.
fittest. That's true.
You know, yeah, that's what it's going to come down to.
Totally.
I'm assuming the apocalypse is going to be pretty bad for women. So
Unless
I don't know. But do you
CrossFit.
believe in the Mayan calendar of change?
I thought that already happened.
So what happened is the Mayan calendar symbolized the change of the male-leaded society to the female leader society, which
When
that's
is that
why.
gonna happen?
No, it's happening. It obviously it took
Never heard of that,
it took 15,000 years for men to become dominant for those whatever that large period of time. But before that, according to what people's researchers are assuming, you notice how like there's all those sculptures of women. There's no sculptures of men, really. Like people worship women back in the day. Women were the alphas in their communities. That was a
Statues are probably just for men to jerk off to. It's in it porn. They're like working. Which is like classical porno.
They're like, you know, woman when you have the two tits.
Worship women, aka thought about fucking them all the time. When I was in Morocco, I found this statue. This statue that had a picture. It just had a dick etched into it. I'm like, what is this, the original dick pic? Like, I don't know. It was just old-fashioned porno.
Oh my god! Imagine having to sculpt. How long did it take to sculpt a porn?
A long time.
It's like, it's gonna be so good.
That's why our phones are so great. We can watch porn on them.
Did you hear about that they found a nuclear reactor in the ground that was made like 1 billion years ago?
No, where'd they find that?
I just read this thing. I don't know. I didn't go farther into the hole, but basically there's like a chemical that's what's made to make a nuclear reaction, which is like a really pure form of H2O, which really doesn't happen naturally.
Uh-huh.
And so they found this basically uranium substance that is
Where?
only made by unnatural combinations of elements being put together.
Ooh.
And they like found it like super deep down in like a
Somebody
mine
made it?
recently. Yeah, so
Really?
there's an idea that maybe there was already a civilization that nuclearly killed themselves already, and that we're just the second. We're just
the second one
Yeah.
that it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
God damn.
Where did they find this?
I don't know,
Somewhere.
some mine.
That's nuts.
Obviously, it's probably not true, and it's probably weird conspiracy fun
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
But because I clicked on the wrong thing once, and now that's all that comes in my feed. But
I think somebody
Targeted ads.
Yeah.
They're like conspiracy theories.
He's gonna wanna see
this is the thing you want to get into. Lizard people controlling everything. I'm in. Oh, this sounds like something I'm into.
Lizards. I don't think lizards. One of my friends keeps trying to convince me that Wendy Williams is like secretly a lizard.
Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Of all people.
Of all people. It's like a conversation I have like once a week, and I'm like, I just don't think lizards are that smart, you know?
Whoa.
They, if he just unzipped.
Right.
He's like,
And then I'm like, yeah, is it like a suit? Is she like it's so many questions, and so like he doesn't have the answers, and I'm like, go figure out.
Do you believe in
You're
Homo
a
sapien sapien and Neanderthal? And like if you do a DNA test, and they'll tell you that you're like
Part Neanderthal?
part Neanderthal. Couldn't you just be part
Aren't we all?
lizard?
Probably not.
Oh, come on.
Part lizard.
We're Paul part lizard.
I mean, my family, big drinkers, so a lizard, maybe someone fucks one, I don't know. I feel like
No.
fuck the lizard. Maybe. We did a DNA test and no lizards slipped in, but no lizards, but we're Norwegian and we're part like Yakut, which is like
God,
Russian indigenous. You're not supposed to say Eskimos, I don't think, but I'm old, so I do. Inuits. And so I was like, damn, someone
I thought Yakka was like the yak. Like,
No, it's
somebody
just
fucked the yak.
Yeah,
I was
we're
like,
not lizard people.
Damn,
we're actually yak people.
I'm like, well, that's worse. Right?
no.
I do love a good grunt. I do love drinking out of a stream.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Big drinkers.
Oh man. Well, we did have tails, so I don't, right?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
You
still
got
do.
a
We have a
tail
tailbone.
Yeah, you got a tailbone, so
It's
you
true.
were.
I should know that. I don't.
Yeah. We have a tailbone. We have nipples. And have nipples for no reason.
It's true.
Let me ask some of these. This is my last. I'm retiring this. All right. These
You're
are my
retiring
questions.
these?
Yeah, I'm retiring this to move in a smarter direction of where I want to take this cast. What's your favorite sound?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Just everything that's blowing
Me
up.
just doing nuclear explosion sounds. She's mad.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Favorite sound during sex?
Everyone's dying.
Do you play music during sex?
Only dubstep.
Only dubstep.
Yeah.
Do you play music?
Sometimes.
Really?
It depends.
What kind of music?
Just anything.
Anything?
Yeah, just to drown
random
out the
play?
sound of noise. Very loud.
Just random.
Yeah, because I'm always in an apartment, so it's like, you want to like muffle it. My walls are thin.
Did you? I don't know what it. You dropped something?
Yeah.
All right. Is that Gene?
Yeah.
Is that your secrets to the universe?
Kinda, yeah.
Nice. Pick one.
This is too much pressure.
First one you saw.
Let Lucas pick one.
Last one, and then don't ball it up.
9/11 wasn't an inside job. Damn, you're getting
Yes.
fucking edgy, dude.
Who did 9/11?
It was Gore. Everyone knows Gore did 9/11.
What is that thing
It
they
was
say?
the Germans, wasn't it?
Jet fuel can't melt steel, or it's like the melting point of steel.
You have so many great points. What happened to Tower 7?
It was a controlled. I don't know. I don't know who did 9/11. Maybe it was an inside job.
I feel like the guy who walked the tower on the. I feel like he's pissed right now because he couldn't do it on the new one.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Or is he dead? Did he die?
Who died?
The guy
He's still
that
alive.
tight walk.
Philippe Petit.
Yeah, Philippe Petit.
Oh my god, that movie scared me. I couldn't even watch the previews
Yeah.
without having a heart attack. I'm scared of
I thought it was gonna be shit, and I was like, I always gotta watch it once, and then I
How
saw
did
it.
they get the wire across? That's what I
It was CGI. Or how did he get it?
Yeah.
They showed it in the movie. They threw it down and then pulled it across. No, they shot an arrow. I'm sorry.
Wow.
They shot an arrow to the other side, and the guy tied it up.
Just a normal Saturday
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. He had a sharpshooting arrow guy. Where are you guys? Got question? Anybody want to ask a question, Gene?
Oh, sure.
Any question about comedy?
Yeah,
Whatever.
okay. I guess about you guys. How do you feel you guys have improved this year in comedy?
Ooh, not at all. I have no new jokes.
What he said.
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't been rewarded very much for my new material. I'm kidding. I don't know, man. I can now do crowd work for an entire headlining set.
Do you? But you host a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 45 minutes, I'll remember everything I said, so I can do a recall at the end.
Nice. Me? I don't know. I haven't written a lot this year, but I have accomplished things like festival-wise and like spots I wanted to get. So there's that.
Festival?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
I did one festival. I got into others, but I didn't bother going.
Really?
Yeah. It was like,
Take that,
it was just far. I don't like leaving Manhattan. It's just like, book a flight.
Oh man, congratulations! Like getting south, getting in Harlem, and getting in New Jersey, and getting in Park Slope.
No, I didn't do any of those.
So you paid for it and you just didn't go? It's like,
No, I didn't apply to any of those. Yeah, I guess I did pay for it and then I didn't go. This was like $20.
You just
Not a lot.
wanted an email.
Yeah, I just wanted the validation, you know? I just wanted to know that I could go to the festival.
I get it, though. I get it.
You just want to be invited to the party, you know? You don't want to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Parties are exhausting. The one festival I did, like, drained me psychologically for, like, at least a decade.
Really?
Yeah, it was enough. I did one.
What was it?
Laughing Skull was so long. It was a week long. It was great, but it was like, oh my gosh.
Was that Broadway? Was
No,
that?
it was in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
It was just so draining.
Did you win?
No, fuck no. I did all right, but it was just so tiring. I don't like living in New York. It makes me crabby.
You don't like driving, like?
I love traveling. Like not really anymore. I don't even right now. I don't even really feel a big compulsion to like. I like it, but I've just had too much going on this year. Like I'll go on a trip next year. But I like traveling like overseas, like taking like one trip a year for like a week or 2 weeks somewhere. But I don't like doing little trips throughout the year.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
And I'll travel within the country, but I don't give a shit about leaving the country.
Oh, see, I like leaving. That's what I like to do. One big trip
I
a
don't know
year
how-
or every 2 years, and then other than that, it's like, ugh, don't.
Because I don't know how they treat black people anywhere else, so.
It's true. That's a valid
You
point.
don't know how people treat black people here.
No, I mean, I know what to expect here, you know.
Not good.
Just don't go in the middle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is interesting to experience. Like, I've traveled to a lot of countries where they don't treat women that great, so it's
Really?
interesting to experience that.
Fuck that. Anybody else?
Great.
Bill?
I think what Lindsay said about having a plan B, I think that's important. And because not everyone is going to make it big in this field, you know.
Shut up, Bill!
Thanks.
Especially,
Yeah.
Thank you.
see that with musicians.
That's true.
Many musicians are also teachers because they know, you know, it's very difficult to and they can be a great musician. You can be a great comic and make a great living at this.
What he said.
A lot of musicians suck, dude, and they aren't fucking dubstep.
It's like drums and bass. It's like
Yeah.
EDM or some shit.
Is.
Oh, dude, you gotta go listen on my
yeah.
SoundCloud, dude. I was a dubstep
Follow me on
DJ.
SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah, before comedy, I did
Where'd you-
residency in Miami. I did the winter. I did Ultra. I don't know if you know.
I lived in Miami for 3 years. I know Ultra.
What was your DJ day?
Molly and
A couple of different ones. I was DJ Elevator because you're going up or you're going down or you're going home, right? That was terrible. And then I was DJ Four Moms, and that was when I was doing IDM music.
DJ for moms.
I used to open up for Otto von Skriach a lot in Miami.
On social media, where can they find you?
I have Facebook, but I never use it. I just do Twitter and Instagram, and it's just at LANDSAYTHEIS. Because they can't fit my whole last name. Bothers
Website?
me so much. Oh, I do have a website now. It's LindsayTyson.com.
Yeah, they go to your website, right?
Yeah.
Do you sell anything on your website?
No.
No?
Sell.
Like, that's what it's for, right? It's your business.
No.
No?
It's for your email list. It's to collect emails,
Is it?
mostly.
I don't have an email list. It just has my tape.
I feel
It
like
just has pictures of me looking pretty on it.
all of the stores are turning into email. They're turning into websites.
Agreed.
And that's where your business is,
What?
on your website.
Your comedy business?
Yeah, your
Right.
comedy, but your videos, your podcasts, everything should be on your website.
don't have a podcast.
Guys, you guys can check out my podcast at Two Idiots and Another Idiot.
Is it real? Is it a real podcast?
Yeah.
Nice. See? It's on your website?
Yep. You guys can check out my Guys We Fucked. You know, all the good podcasts I've been on.
What's your social media?
Lovable Lucas at everything.
Everything. Nice.
Boom. Brandon.
Easy. Somebody took my Jimmy Peoples on Twitter, so I'm Flimmy Fleeples now.
Flimmy Fleeples.
Flimmy Fleeples. That's
Solid.
who took it?
Jamie Watts, whoever the fuck Jamie Watts is, with no followers and no likes and nothing.
Someone took Lindsay Tyson. This
Really,
dumb bitch. Yeah,
we should find them.
I don't know. I tried to message her on Facebook. I was like, please, I need it.
My
life is sad and empty.
Yeah, my new job is to muscle people out of their Twitter handles.
I tried. It
I'm
didn't
for
work.
hire. So if somebody has your name, let's
do it. I really want it. 'Cause
Mine's
I have that.
Sex. SEX. Please give me that one.
Thank you. Well, give it up for them. Thank you. Another People's Mic.